All right. This is TJ with Tycoon's Garage in Anacortes, Washington. Titan Glassworks is our main business name. I'm going to one-shot this video because I hate editing videos and it never turns out the way I want it to. And I think this goes with the most natural flow of things as well. So today I wanted to talk to you about paint protection film and how to sell to people, just because it's more or less... A lot of people get into paint protection film and then they fall off completely, and you go, well, what the heck? What went wrong? And then you ask them about their strategies and their structures and things of the sort, and they have no strategy and they have no structure, and third, their sales suck, and fourth, they just don't get to know the client well enough. So, and it kind of all ties in together, and we're really going to talk about that today and really find out whether this is you or not, whether this is your problem. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but this will help jog your mind a little bit on the sales process of paint protection film, just because these tickets are so high. You know, they're anywhere from $1,000 to $20,000, and it's just like, do you want these people to spend money with you? And if you do, you better have a sales structure. So this is how we do it in our shop, and I'm going to give you kind of just the short gist of it, I guess you could say. Does that make sense? But anyhow, I always start off the conversation about putting our clients in the spotlight. So the biggest thing always is, hey, they came to you, to your establishment, to spend money. So they've already put aside their time, they put aside money, hopefully, or they're inquiring heavily about your services. So why wouldn't you put your clients first? I mean, why wouldn't you put them and their vehicle in the spotlight? Talk about them, don't talk about yourself. I think that's the dumbest thing you can do, is when you sit there and brag about yourself, unless you got to fake it to make it with certain clients. And I understand it and I get it, and good on you. But at the same time, when someone comes to your establishment or asks you, they spent their time to text you, call you, show up in person, email, whatever, any kind of effort, they're looking to spend money with you. So how do we get through this sales process a lot easier is going to be, we're going to talk about pain points, value, and then the pricing. But the biggest thing is going to be, before we start with any of those three items, those three big points that just spiderweb into different things, we're going to talk about your client first. I always start off with the name. Always get their name first, and then give them your name, and then ask them how their day is. You want to find a mutual ground when you're selling to people. So mutual ground example is going to be, hey, what are you doing today? And they tell you about their day, because some people just don't want to talk about anything, or they may be in a bad mood, but you really need to get their guard down. It's not really getting their guard down, it's just finding mutual grounds where you can have a nice conversation with them. You get to really find out about them, the way they use their vehicle, and then their vehicle as well, and how much they care for it. So it's always, hey, how's your day? You know, and then I start talking about my kids, and then I'll see if they have any kids, and we kind of gauge off the interest with that. And so we go, okay, we have mutual grounds. You have kids in this school, I have kids in this school. They play sports. They do this, we do that together. We go on vacations. So we really just talk about them and seeing what's going on in their life, and how we can kind of become friends with them, essentially, because this is all long-term stuff. When you're selling paint protection film, it's not like, hey, I'm going to throw on this film and I never want to see you again. That's the wrong way to look at any client, especially when you're selling anything that's 5 to 10 year warranty. So don't ever just think where it's a one and done. It's never a one and done with these clients, just because long-term means a lot. Especially when the client they realize, hey, you're from this town as well. You've lived here for over 20 years. Cool, great. I can trust you. So we find a mutual ground to speak about. So number one's going to be, we always kind of talk about them in their vehicles, where I go, I'm going to use red Tesla, for example, because I'm wearing red today. I got this red North Face jacket on, and red's one of my favorite colors, but it is one of the most expensive colors. Keep that in mind to repaint. So I'm going to say, man, I love this red Tesla. This thing's freaking gorgeous. I love the shade of it. This is one of the best colors. I don't care whether it is your favorite color or not your favorite color. I want you to tell them it's your favorite color. I don't care if it's baby puke green or whatever it could be. that is your favorite color during this conversation. If someone shows up 10 minutes later with an opposite color, let's say like it was purple, violet purple, and you hated it, that's now your favorite color with them. But we're going to talk about this client. So it's a red Tesla. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. You know, and I say, oh man, this thing's amazing. I love it. What were you looking to do? Were you looking to protect your vehicle's paint? And they go, no, I didn't even think about that. I just wanted a sealant on there. I go, well, your paint's brand new. Have you ever thought of like paint protection film? Because that would really go a long way. And on top of that, we could ceramic coat it as well. And that kind of piques their interest, you know, and I don't really ever like break down what it does right off the bat. And I kind of feed off of what they have to say next. I go, oh, that's cool. I've never heard of it. What is it? And I go, well, have you seen the clear bras that go on the vehicles? You may have seen like the partials, and those are so ugly. Like those are really ugly. But what we do instead, this is providing value, or even deflecting their pain point, essentially, because a lot of people see clear bra and they think, oh, it's a partial. It goes on half the hood, half the fenders. I hate that clear line that goes through it, or that nasty, dirty line. And I do too. I tell people all the time, hey, those are ugly. They're like, that's nasty. So we tell them, hey, you know what we do at our shop is we add 8 mils thick film to your paint, and it helps against the rock chips, the debris, you know, UV, bug etching, things of the sort like that. Anything that could kind of damage your paint. And then they normally kick back with, oh yeah, you know, my last vehicle, I loved it so much, but my paint was so chipped up and it was damaged, and I could see it, and it was like really obvious, you know, and that's why I wanted this new car, because it just felt refreshed. It felt new. It felt something else. And now my brain is moving at 100 miles per hour, and I go, okay, they just listed off to me their pain points, and that's why they're here. And that's the easiest way to actually get into your paint protection film sale is going to be, now I'm going to hammer down on their pain points. And I'm going to go, yeah, you know, what color was that last vehicle you had? And they say, oh, it was red as well. And I go, oh man, that's a hard color to match. And especially with rock chips, you really see it, especially when it's your vehicle. When you walk around that vehicle every single day and you're going to commute with it, it's just such an eyesore. And they go, oh yeah, it was terrible. Like it wasn't, I hated it. You know, I loved the color, but I hated the way it was after a while. And I start saying, yeah, you know, paint's only 4.5 mils thick normally on average these days. You get lucky if you get 4.5. And it's just really thin. So this is something I'd really recommend. It'd help protect against the rock chips, the scratches and swirls. It'll keep your paint looking super glossy for up to 10 years, depending on how well you take care of the film as well. So we've already talked about their pain points. Now I'm going to provide value. So like I said, we've talked about their pain points. Now I'm going to provide value. So I'm going to say the benefits of the film. You know, it's got a 10-year warranty via manufacturer. 10-year warranty via factory. Sorry. And then the longevity of the paint protection film as well, and the longevity of the vehicle's paint. So we're going to talk about how, you know, if you had something repainted before, it's going to hurt the value of the vehicle. And on top of that, nothing's going to really beat OEM colored paint, especially when everything matches already right off the bat. So I always tell them, hey, you know, auto body is kind of a dying art, and so you probably don't want to get things repainted. The benefits of the film as well, you know, it's hydrophobic, it's got a 10-year warranty, it's anti-yellowing, they fix hydrosis so it doesn't have that cracking issue like you've seen before. And on top of that, it's going to protect your paint for a long, long time. And so a lot of people go at this point, well, that sounds amazing. How much is this going to cost? If they ask you, if they didn't ask you any of that, like how much is it going to cost, I'm going to kind of take a couple steps back. But let's say, like, I love the sound of that. Let's get this done. Okay, cool. Book the job. Don't even talk about anything else. Literally say, hey, what's the best day to get you in? Let's book you in XYZ date as soon as possible. Because those who can spend money on something to protect their paint long term will spend the money. And But sometimes, you know, price is a big issue for a lot of people. And that's what we're going to talk about. That's the third point, is going to be, now we have our pain points, our value, and then we're going to talk about our prices as well. So as far as pricing goes, if they ask me, hey, how much does it cost? And I tell them, you know, it's going to be $2,500 for the full front end. That is your hood, your front bumper, your A-pillars, your mirrors, your headlights, your fog lights, whatever. Everything forward facing for $2,500 on your brand new Tesla. So let's say they're like, well, my budget's only $2,000. And you know that they really want the mirrors done and the headlights and the A-pillars. I'll be like, okay, well, we can do $2,000, but it's only going to be the front bumper, the hood, and the fenders. And I've taken so much away that now I'm going to sell up by selling down. It's only $500 difference between what I wanted to originally sell them versus what they wanted to purchase. So it's like I'm going to take so much stuff away from that first package where they go, well, shoot, I'd rather just spend that $500 and make sure my mirrors are fine, my A-pillars, and my headlights are fine. So I'm going to sell up by selling down on the price. This is on the price aspect. And I'll tell them as well. They'll be like, okay, well, that sounds good, but, you know, I could probably get things repainted for cheaper. And I will tell them, absolutely, you could if you use your insurance. Whereas, you know, a gallon of red Tricoat is going to, well, it's roughly what, $2,500 to $3,000 these days, because raw materials are so freaking expensive, especially being red. I tell them it's not just the fact that materials are expensive, it's the fact that it's going to hurt the value of the vehicle when it gets repainted. That's number one. Number two is going to be, do you think these auto body shops really care enough about your paint? If it's 1 to 2 or maybe even 3 shades off, they're probably okay with sending you out the door, because realistically, it was an insurance claim. So yeah, your deductible may be $500, but at the same time, you're getting a job that you're going to see every single day, and it's not going to match, and it's probably going to have trash and debris and runs and things of the sort, and it's probably not going to be blended into the panel, into the fenders as well. So let's put it that way. So it does cost more to actually repaint versus PPF. PPF is $27 a square foot on a consumer side. Let's say the client did come in originally and they came in for a ceramic coating, and they're like, hey, I just want to get the ceramic coated. And I know it's going to protect my paint. And I will be like, no, it won't protect your paint. Not the way you think it does. It helps with ease of maintenance, but at the same time, how about we just bundle everything together? I know you came here for ceramic coating originally, but you really want the paint protection film. How about we do this? Our full front end's $2,500 for everything you want, and at the same time, the ceramic coating is a $2,000 package for a 5-year package coating package, which includes the faces of the wheels, all the painted surfaces, all the glass, headlights, taillights, and all the black trim. For 5 years, we warranty everything completely. If you have any issues with hydrophobic properties, let us know. We'll take care of it. Normal price on that is $2,000, but since you're already getting the full front end done, I could drop it down to $1,500 for you. So I'll save you $500 on the back end. A lot of people like packages like that where they go, okay, that sounds good. It's like what, $4,000 flat, and then plus taxes and material fees. So that's kind of my long but short way of putting it, is going to be how to sell paint protection film. Find pain points, have a solution, sell on the value, and then if the pricing comes up, then explain to them why this is better long term versus actually having to repaint their vehicle. Most times this pans out pretty well. Our close rate's like 80%. So it's just one of those things where maybe this was beneficial in little spurs. Maybe it wasn't helpful whatsoever on this video, but in a general sense, hopefully this kind of gets your brain jogging. You don't have to go by this sales play or this process by any means, but if you found something that was beneficial within this video and you want to implement it into your sales process, that is going to be the best thing. So this has been the easiest way for us to sell it without it making so convoluted and essentially the best way to put it is, I rarely ever have to go into the price aspect of it, because we have the pain points, the value, and the price. Those are the 3 aspects. The price one, we rarely ever have to go in there because we added so much value already to the job, where they go, okay, I just want this done. I want it protected. I want it done right the first time. And that's where we really are at. So, but when it comes down to the price, make it make sense for people. Just because, I get it. Money's tight for a lot of people, but at the same time, you're in their best interest to protect their vehicle and their paint because they just bought this vehicle, or they really care for their paint. So it's just one or the other. Hopefully this video was helpful. This is TJ with Tycoon's Garage on YouTube, and then Titan Glassworks in Anacortes, Washington. So yeah, if you have any questions, just reach out. We are hosting more PPF classes after second week of February. We will be gone from January through February. We do a lot of classes here as well. We sell our own paint protection film and our own ceramic coating. And yeah, I love being able to kind of just support everybody that watches the videos or even buy our products. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, we grow when you guys grow. We don't grow without you guys. And so we help everybody grow as much as possible. Try to be as helpful as possible, of course. But as far as that goes, I won't ramble on too much longer. But yeah, if you have any questions, send me a message, give me a text, whatever. You know where to find me. I'm all over Facebook and all over in Discord. You can hop in our Discord as well. If you're an okay, decent human being and you like playing games and you're a detailer, you're more than welcome to join us. We play Call of Duty, League of Legends, whatever. Everybody plays a bunch of different games. But as far as that goes, when we get in voice chat, we're always able to help each other out. So anyhow, have a good night, you guys. Thanks. Bye. And this was a one shot. 0 editing. This was straight up off the top of the dome. So if I eye rolled a little bit or I kind of looked off to the side, it's just me kind of processing my thoughts. But anyhow, have a wonderful evening.